How's it going, everyone? This is Kenny from Man vs. Brewz, powered by Pass My Cup. We are here at Tucker Brewing Company, located in Tucker, Georgia. We are here to do a brewery tour. We're gonna go to the brew house and see how they make the beer. Then we're gonna try some beers, and I'm gonna give you guys some reviews on everything that's here. Let's go. How's it going today, Tucker?
Hey, what's up, Kenny? Good to see you.
Good seeing you too, man. I'm ready to get this brewery tour started. We're gonna have a couple of beers. We're gonna do some taste testing. We're gonna take a tour of the brewery, and then we're gonna be out.
Cool. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So here we are in the tap room, Kenny.
Okay.
This is the space here. As you can see, all of our beers on tap.
And I like it. It's nice and cozy. You get like a cozy home feeling in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like the painting on the wall. Gives the overall brewing process.
Kind of shows you the process of the brewing. So this is kind of the inside space, but what's great is the outside space, which we'll go to next, and that's the beer garden. Okay, so here we are in the outdoor space. This is our big German-inspired beer garden. So you'll see beer gardens just like this over in Munich.
Oh, wow.
Where the beer garden first started.
And I did my research on you. You did go to school in Germany, so is that where a lot of the inspiration comes from?
Kind of, sort of. It wasn't my choice of how this was all set up, but I like that it's set up this way.
Right. And I like how it does give the roots of the German tradition, keeping that consistent with the German-inspired beers.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. There's a nice open space out here.
We also have a big stage out there in the beer garden where we have live performances pretty much Thursday through Sunday.
And I'm pretty sure that's a way to help give back to the local artists or whatnot that's in the community. Tucker Brewing Company is giving local artists a chance to showcase their skills. So Tucker, besides the live music and everything you guys have going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes on Sundays, are there any other events you guys host for the community out here in this beautiful area that we have?
So the two big events that we feature here at the brewery are Tucktoberfest and Winterfest. So Tucktoberfest usually happening in October, and Winterfest in end of November and December.
Okay, and can you explain a little bit what happens in the Winterfest? I see you have the decorations and everything over here, so.
Yeah, well, we pretty much threw up Christmas in the beer garden. But we also have all kinds of vendors set up with their little tents, and it kind of turns into a little winter marketplace. So it's a fun spot to finish up your Christmas shopping.
We just finished exploring this beautiful beer garden that's German-inspired, keeping it consistent with the German inspiration beers. Now it's time for us to go try one of those German-inspired beers, and then we're going to take a tour of the brew house where all the magic goes down by this guy right here. Yep, we're going to go ahead and grab a beer.
Okay.
I guess I can do the introduction to the Sir Dopplebock. And what's the inspiration behind that name, the Sir Dopplebock?
Sir, the first time that I brewed it, I was just sitting out here drinking it, and it's actually before we actually had a name for it. So
nice.
I brewed it before we actually had a name for it, and Sir just came to mind. It's a big, powerful beer that deserves the respect. I don't know.
And I see you got the logo with the, is that like a leopard or something like that?
Yeah, it's a jungle cat. Whatever that means to you, that's also very random.
And how long had this beer been out?
This beer was just debuted, I think, 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Sir Dopplebock from Tucker Brewing Company. I'm gonna let you guys know how it tastes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you think?
I like it. I like the creaminess on the foam. I could taste the maltiness in here. Got a dark malt character.
Yep.
I smell like some vanilla. Oh, can't believe it. That's 25 push-ups. All right.
Yeah. So it's going to be super rich in character.
I say, you're the guy who brewed it. You got to let them know how it tastes.
Super rich, borderline sweet in taste. It's got some pretty decent toffee notes in there. And there's a little burn at the end, coming in at 8.5%.
So it's packing a punch over there.
It'll warm you up this winter time. So
it's definitely a nice warm winter beer for sure. I can see myself drinking this to warm me up, sitting next to the campfire, sitting next to the furnace or whatnot.
Yeah.
Some good stuff over here.
So in January, we're releasing the barrel-aged version of this beer.
Nice.
So stay tuned.
I will definitely stay tuned. Time to go check out this brewery over here, the brew house, where all the magic goes down.
Cool, let's check it out.
Let's go. Now we're in the brew house area where this stuff right here, this deliciousness is being made. And Tucker is going to explain the overall brewing process, what each machine does, and how we get it from grains to this.
Yeah, so I'll just take you through the process real quick. So it's kind of loud in here right now. What you hear is the mill behind this wall right here. We're actually milling up the barley kernel right now to eventually be mashed in tomorrow. So to take you through the whole process really quickly, we mill up the grain. The grain travels up kind of an elevator-like thing. It sits in the hopper up there, to where it's ready to be mashed in whenever. In the mash mixer, we combine that milled malted barley with water at different temperatures, and we break down the super complex starch molecules to simpler sugars that can later be broken down in fermentation. After the mash step, we transfer all the mash to the lauter tun, where we separate that milled barley from the sugary liquid we have now. So that sugary liquid we have is called wort at this point. So we're separating the malted barley from the wort. The wort is traveling to the boil kettle, where we sterilize the wort, and we also add our bittering hops. After we boil it, we'll send everything, all the wort. It's not beer at this point, it's just wort. We send it all to the whirlpool, where a pump shoots it into the whirlpool, and your solids will collect at the bottom, creating a mound. So we don't want to take that stuff to fermentation. So that's kind of the last stop in the whole brew house. After that, we'll cool down the wort, and we'll send it to one of our 10 fermentation tanks out here in the cellar space. Okay, so after fermentation ends, we are ready to filter that beer. Because by that time, we have a beer, but it doesn't look anything like the finished product we have out on tap. Especially all of our bright, clear lagers. We got to filter those.
Got to have that nice clarity in there.
Yeah, got to have the nice clarity. Super important for our beers. So what we do is we pass it through our filter, which is this little thing right here. And from the filter, it rides a hose to our bright tank. And in the bright tank, we make sure the carbonation levels are all good, make sure the beer tastes okay, and then we'll package it to either a keg or a can.
Tucker just explained the whole beering process, how it becomes actual beer, from grain to this stuff right here. Now, we're gonna go into the tap room and try a flight of their best-selling beers that they have on tap. So I just finished up this Dopplebock, which is their Christmas special beer, the wintertime beer. It was great. Tucker gave you guys the characteristics and everything of this beer. Now it's time for me to go ahead and try their first round draft picks, which is basically their top selling beers and the beers that they like the best. I'm gonna sample those. I'm gonna give you guys reviews on how they taste, and we're gonna have a good time. First up, we have the Hefeweizen, the Southern Heaven. This is the one that Tucker said won the Gold Can Award in Atlanta. So we're gonna try this one out and see what the hype is about. Moving. See how clear that is over there? Definitely taste the banana notes, a little bit of the clove notes. I like the banana on the back end of it though. That's a pretty good Hefeweizen over here. And it's coming in at a nice 5.0 ABV. So a couple of these will have you feeling good. Here we have the Weizenbock, coming in at a good 7.3 ABV. So you gotta be careful with these ones right here, because if you have too many of them, you're gonna be feeling good and you might be all sloppy. Got a nice caramel note to it. Kind of sweet, but you need those sweet to hide the ABV. You can't taste the alcohol in this one because it's nice and sweet. Got a nice aftertone to it. Ooh. Feeling good after that one. And then, had to save the best for last. This is the Georgia Red. It's named after the state. It's a heavy lager, a dark lager. You can see how it is. It's a 5.4 ABV. So it's pretty average, a little above average, I would give it. Definitely can taste some caramel in this one. Got a little honey afternote to it. Very warm beer. Reminds me of like a Yingling, but better. Whew, those are some good beers over there. If you're ever in Tucker, Georgia, make sure you come out to Tucker Brewing Company in Tucker, Georgia. They have some great, delicious beers over there. The food is good too, from what I've heard. We came here when they didn't have the food. Try it out. It's a nice spot to come, have some beers, have something to eat, and it's a nice, cozy vibe. Thanks everyone. Thank you Tucker himself, the brewmaster, for putting together these delicious drinks and also giving us a tour of the brewery. And catch us next episode, Man vs. Brewz.